Welcome back. I'm Adrian Harewood, and you're watching Our Ottawa on CBC. Playing a sport is a great opportunity to get in some fitness activity and to make some friendships that will last a lifetime. The Ottawa Power Wheelchair Hockey League does that for local people of all ages with disabilities. To learn more about the league and an upcoming celebrity game fundraiser, joining me now is Alex Oakes, one of the organizers, and Power Wheelchair hockey player Blaine Cameron. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Alex, perhaps I'll begin with you. You're on the committee that is organizing the charity game for the Ottawa Power Wheelchair Hockey League. Tell us a bit more about the league and how it got started back in 2009.
For sure, I'd love to. So I'm one of 3 students on the University of Ottawa Planning Committee for the league. So the league started back in 2009 by a group of Carleton students, and now the league has evolved to have the board of directors, mostly with players, and then family members of players as well. So the league provides accessible sport for members of the Ottawa community.
And Blaine, how did you discover this league?
I discovered just on online, and you know, kind of always wanted to play a team sport, and was a fan of hockey. And so I sent an email to them. I didn't get a response immediately, and then I started going to Carleton, and I was in residence, and one of the founding members saw me in the hallway and thought, oh, that guy can play. And as soon as he approached me, he just had to say the word. I was like, when, where, how do I get there?
What was it like the first time you played? Can you describe that for us?
It was, I think I took out the timekeeper's table. And so I was pretty revved up, and I had to learn how to drive and handle the puck at the same time.
Which isn't easy.
No, it's not.
An easy task.
Yeah, but once you get it, it's like riding a bike.
What kind of difference has this league made in terms of accessible sport in our community?
Especially in the Canadian aspect, with hockey being, you know, our national sport, it's really made a good difference of building the community together and bringing people together to do something that they love. Forming relationships that really last a lifetime. That's what I find is the most important, effective part of the league, really. Yeah.
Well, and you were talking about how difficult it is. I've actually tried. I played in the celebrity game a couple of years ago, and it was really difficult.
Yeah.
Can you just describe playing? What's the challenge of playing Power?
The challenge is, you know, sometimes you get in close proximity with other players, and you need to be in control of your chair, but at the same time, you're trying to gain an advantage on them, maybe trying to handle the ball or intercept the ball, lift their stick. And so it's a lot of coordinating that you have to do, and sometimes there's incidental contact.
It's a lot of hand-eye coordination and also just understanding how to see the court.
Yeah, and anticipate players and the speed of their chairs, and yeah, just try to get in an advantageous position.
This is a league that's really transformed lives in our community. In your experience, what kind of difference has it made, and what does it mean to you? What does this sport mean to you?
It's during league time, it's the highlight of the week for me, to go in and play, socialize with my teammates, and you know, there's team building that you do. You try to improve your game, so these are skills that you can apply to other aspects of life, and so for me, it has really helped elevate those aspects for me.
And can you talk a little bit more, or elaborate on the camaraderie that's developed?
Yeah,
it's a really kind of special bond.
Yeah, you develop friendships through the league, and then if you're lucky enough to get on the tournament team, you know, you develop friendships through that, and yeah, you when you play, you want to play for yourself, but most importantly, you want to play for your teammates, and you want to win for them.
Is it dangerous?
It can be. It can be.
Rough?
So there are occasions when there's incidental contact, and we don't like to advertise it, but occasionally a chair gets tipped over, and it's normally the more high ability players interacting with each other that occurs, and I think a lot of the players, they do adjust their play according to who they're playing against. You know, they adjust accordingly. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a good respect.
Can both of you tell us also a little bit more about the rules and how the game, the actual game works? It's 4-on-4, I understand.
It's very similar to hockey in that sense. Now, they do have an offside rule, which is basically there's a line that's marked down on the rink, But it's very similar to hockey, face-offs, the whole deal. So there's 2 referees and they call the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's four players instead of 5, just because of the size of our chairs. You can't have 10 chairs out there wheeling around, kind of thing. And
Women and men, various
women
ages.
and men,
And various
various
ages
ages.
as well.
Yeah, our league is quite diverse. Yeah,
It's a very unique opportunity to bring people all together from different age groups and
Yeah.
different walks of life, for sure.
Now, you're bringing a lot of people together for the celebrity game on March 4th. Can you tell us a bit more about that? What's going to be happening there?
So March 4th at 2 p.m., tickets can be sold at the door. That's at the Carleton's Ravens Nest. So that's their gym there, done every year.
We expect a good turnout of friends and family and other spectators, and yeah, it should be good.
Very exciting.
This is a sport, like having played it, this is a sport that I think a lot more people need to be introduced to. Make the pitch. Why should people, play, in the Ottawa Power Wheelchair Hockey League? What is it about the sport that's just so compelling?
Well,
makes it such a spectacle as well.
It kind of puts disability in the background and lets you see people and what their abilities are. And again, like we've been saying, it just does so much for that community, and it's exciting to watch. It's a fast-paced game, and a lot of people are on the edge of their seats when they're watching that, and I think it's a worthwhile thing to support that allows para-athletes to compete at a high level. You emphasize this. You said that it puts disability in the background. Why is that so important? Because you want people to see what it is that you can do, not what you can't do. And when you do that, then that allows them to enter spaces that are dominated by able-bodied people, and you see them as a person, not as a disability.
This is a fundraising event as well. Where do the dollars go?
So the dollars, they're spent on uniforms. So each team has their own uniform. There's 4 teams. So we have to pay for that. Also, there are travel expenses involved in traveling across the country to play in different events and renting the gym space and all the things like that. So that's where the money goes to. It's raised through the ticket funding as well as government grants and sponsorships, corporate sponsorships.
Now, we know that 2017 is an important year across this country, Canada's 150th birthday. There's also going to be a national championship happening as well
here in Ottawa.
downtown, here in Ottawa. Can you tell us about that, Blaine?
Yeah, we're going to be hosting. It's at the Ravens Nest at Carleton University from August 4th to 7th, I believe. Yeah, there'll be about 20 games played over that 4-day period, and we'll have teams from Calgary, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, other destinations, and I think there'll be about 100 players participating, plus all the coaches, volunteers, and family that travel with the players. And we're anticipating about 1,000 people to be there for that event, and we're also going to be streaming it online and have local coverage of that. So that should bring in an additional 2,000 viewers. In that way, and it's Canada's 150th, so that's going to be just perfect timing. And we got funding from Canada 2017 to help pay for the costs of the tournament.
And who are you most looking forward to beating in that tournament?
The current champions, the Toronto Rock, who beat us last time around in a shootout. Won by a single goal, and so we want...
So it's time for some revenge.
Yeah.
Blaine and Alex, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck with the celebrity game on the 4th and also the national championships this summer. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thank you.
Thank you.